Hello, and welcome back to the King of the Castle tournament. A tournament that we have at this point at an irregular basis, but I hope that you're going to enjoy the show nevertheless. In this particular match, or show match that we have today, we have Boxer Saint going up against... Oh my goodness. Pennenbuisje once told me the way to say it, but I will say Pennenbuisje until I am corrected otherwise, because it's been a while since I've said it. But yeah, we're gonna have a King of the Castle tournament here to determine the fabled title. Currently, so here's the question, right? Currently, Pennenbuisje is a feudal lord in our Discord server. Now, we could argue that this show match is for the feudal lord title. However, I'm gonna go one step further. Okay. Since the King of the Castle title has not been defended by Lucas, the winner of this show match will in fact will receive the King of the Castle role in the Discord server, and you'll see them at the very top of the Discord. So there you go. I've added that stipulation right now, even though just to add the pressure, so let's kind of go into picks and bans a little bit here right off the bat. So the picks and bans, as you can see here, Pennenbuisje choosing the Franks, the Hindustanis, the Bengalese, and the Portuguese, and the Persians were sniped by Boxer Saint. And then Boxer Saint chose the Malayans, Byzantines, Lithuanians, Chinese, and Mayans. And the... wait, is it... Oh my goodness. Do I need glasses? Am I not able to read that? Yes, it is the Malayans who were sniped. Okay. And so with that, the first match is between the Chinese from Boxer Saint and the do I remember which one it is? Yes, it's the Hindustanis from Pennenbuisje. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna throw up Capture Age, and here we go. Hopefully that's not too loud for you, and you're able to hear me over the sounds of in-game, I guess, building. Right off the bat, yeah, we got a couple houses building on both sides, some scouting starting off. We take a look at the Fog of War. This is kind of interesting. Okay, we have the sheep scouting around their areas. Both players doing a good job getting the sheep to scout around both areas. The knights as well. We're gonna see if they kind of go forwards. I wonder if I can... Yes, so this is what they see right now. You can see effectively using the sheep, getting all that information you possibly can. Of course, this is Arabia, probably the most standard map in Age of Empires 2. And so, oh yes, the chat feature is on. So if they say anything, I don't know. Maybe they'll trash talk, maybe they'll smack talk as they go through this. We'll see. Yeah, but you can just see both players Fog of War here, trying to see different parts of the map and seeing what they can do with that information, and just building up slowly. So I guess the big kind of thing, starting right off the bat. Ooh, this is an interesting house placement from Boxer Saint. I'm curious about this. I mean, is this something I don't know? Is there not going to be any farms being built? Right? Because like this is at least enough space to actually build a farm, right? But I wonder what Boxer Saint's doing here with this, or maybe he was housed and wanted to get it up as quickly as possible. I'm unsure. Interesting. Okay, I see Boxer Saint. We're gonna mention what happened. Okay, nothing happened. Already building up the lumber camp, starting to get the wood here, and you have Pennenbuisje as well doing the same. Ooh, a relic found from Pennenbuisje. That's pretty good. But yeah, they're slowly building up, trying to see kind of when it comes to the economic kind of advantages. Right now, currently both at 12 pop, so quite even on both sides of it here. So nothing to worry about. We got the boar already being harvested from Pennenbuisje, and as well from Boxer Saint. Very kind of similar on both sides of the equation here. So hopefully there won't be I mean, that's the one thing. I guess if you're in a show match, the one thing you can't expect, or you should expect, is that especially if someone's around the same rank as you, is that you're not going to just get ahead by playing better. Like, you actually have to have a strategy and put pressure on. You can't just macro and you know, get the economic lead. But who knows? We'll see how it plays out. We'll see if this house actually comes into play at any point in this game. Yeah, so you're gonna hear me drinking water as we continue on here and get into it. So I wonder how much of the map is now scouted from both players. Okay, so it seems like the very east part, and the very west part has not been scouted by both players. So this is what Boxer Saint sees, and then Pennenbuisje, I imagine the opposite. So this long line here from Pennenbuisje. So a little more scouting from Pennenbuisje. So that's quite a nice little thing to take note. We'll see if that makes a difference. But usually if you have more information, you're able to make good choices with it. Ooh, we have box turtles. Hold on. I'm very interested in this. We have turtles. I don't know you can fish turtles. I don't know this was part of the game. Okay, I'm impressed. Oh, maybe I zoomed in a little too much. We'll see. But yeah, both players building up here. Still, as you can see in the top, even on population amount. Another house coming down here from Boxer Saint. Let's see if I don't see any kind of tech. We do see Pennenbuisje going forward, getting to H2 a little bit faster here. So we'll see if that plays into anything later on. But yeah, relatively even match on both sides. We have the first barracks, I think, being constructed. And it seems like Boxer Saint has not gotten barracks yet. So there you go. I wonder how much planning Boxer Saint's actually done kind of going into this, because he talked a big game on the, I believe it was the before last podcast. We'll see if it actually plays out that way. But right now he's behind on the barracks and behind on the age up. So that's something to keep in mind. Otherwise, they're quite even in pop. Obviously, Boxer Saint is going to go forward a little bit in population just because he kept building villagers for a little bit longer. But if Pennenbuisje is up the feudal age, they can make his workers work faster. And, you know, there's trade-offs and everything, I guess. Lumber camp going nicely here. Lumber camp going nicely here. Ooh, you see the little wall kind of forming here from Pennenbuisje. That's nice. Ooh, horses. Oh, that's a wild horse. The most fearsome creature in all the land. Okay, we get a nice scout from Baku, so you're kind of seeing what's going on in here. We have already a double bit axe upgrade from Pennenbuisje. So economically, I mean, given that Pennenbuisje got to the second age a little bit faster, we'll see if that really starts paying off. You know, I was saying that you can't really get economic advantages just by playing the game, but perhaps the pressure, you know, the challenger, the pressure of Boxer Saint that he's putting on himself is going to start affecting him. Already putting a wall around his wood line, so I like that a lot. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, it's not the biggest deal in the world if you don't have it, but, you know, you get some pressure from Pennenbuisje, and it's a tough day. Got some farms starting to go as well. Pennenbuisje. And there we have it. Ooh, yes, the first attack, the first bit of damage being done here. Ooh, nice little trying to see if he can scout. I wonder if this scout's gonna try to get it. Ooh, the typical. It's the drush. Is that it? No, it's not the drush. It's the strategy I see all the time. So Boxer Saint going for the scouts with the what is it? Men-at-arms. Upgrade right away to hit there. However, you can't let your scout die because that kind of beats the whole purpose of the push. And right away after putting on that, we'll say quote-unquote pressure, Boxer Saint is backing on up. Oh no, maybe staying around. Okay. If you see at this point, Pennenbuisje might have a little less bit of army, and Boxer Saint is housed. So Boxer Saint's hoping to put on some pressure, but it just seems like it's not really phasing Pennenbuisje. Pennenbuisje isn't really overreacting. Most of the stuff you can probably take care of going into your town center and defending. You see the wall coming down for Boxer Saint, so just getting the extra layer of security on up. So they both have the axe, wood cutting upgrade. So It's one of those things is I feel like Boxer Saint's investing quite heavily actually already in all these units. So I'm sure he's going to be hoping to do something with them. I'm curious where the rest of his army is, because these three, if they get surrounded by... I mean, I guess they can fight the scouts, right? It is only... We'll see how this actually plays out. No, never mind. They can't fight the scouts. I think he got 2 villagers, though. I think Boxer Saint got 2 villagers. So, is it worth? I do not know. Boxer Saint's ahead 1 villager. We'll see if it plays out. Yes. Already some spearmen coming up to defend against the cavalry from Pennenbuisje. I'm just like looking at where all these relics are in this particular game. I feel, especially with the scouts, but Pennenbuisje, if you wanted to, could probably collect them later on. But we'll see how that plays out. Is this house is gonna stay here? Wow, the house that just blocks one farm. Got it. I see what you did there, Boxer Saint. Okay, full wall coming in here. That's good. Kind of getting that protection up. I mean, it's nice to see kind of the evolution of Boxer Saint, because I will say, like, comparing this to some of his games from like a year or 2 years ago, impressive. I'm impressed. Although he still has to win the game here, and they're neck and neck once again in population amount. So anybody's game. Ooh, it looks like fletching from Boxer Saint. We'll see if there's more archery play. I'm already up 5 archers, and obviously it's the Chinese civ, so there'll be plenty of opportunities to use the archers later on. Giant wall kind of. This is what I'm curious about. I mean, is this wall really necessary, right? Like perhaps a wall here might make a little more sense, or even like here and here. You know, like do we have to just like give up this land? I don't know. I'm just thinking, right? Do you have to, like, once you already have one wall? Oh, sorry, the scouts are starting to push, and then the archers from the other side are doing quite well. So look at that. Chinese archer is just putting up pressure. And I mean, this is the cool thing, is you can just stay on the edge. You don't really have to engage. I mean, that's the one nice thing with harassing with archers. And we'll see how this fight plays out now between Pennenbuisje and Boxer Saint. Boxer Saint isn't watching. Okay, does get 1 pick, but isn't going to be able to run away. I mean, that's the tough thing, right? With no spearmen kind of in this lineup, that's an easy cleanup for Pennenbuisje. And we finally have a player kind of taking a slight edge, and we'll see if Pennenbuisje can now use these scouts to harass kind of going forward. We have a typical cav versus archer matchup. And it can be anybody's game. Doo-doo. Da 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 da. Hello, Boxer Saint. You're gonna have to wait out me on the second game, so I don't accidentally put down the third game. We'll see this. So Pennenbuisje, actually, good thing you're late, Boxer Saint, because I did not make fun of you at all at any point earlier in this. I do like this though, with the wall up, and now you can actually effectively use the archers to kind of push back the scouts. And oh, perhaps, you know, we'll do an interview as this is going on. Boxer Saint, why was this wall made here and not over here, or even here and here? Let me know. Anyway, the scouts kind of building up, so we have quite a bit. 9 scouts against 5 archers and spearmen. The only one big thing that I see here is that Pennenbuisje, even with these scouts, now that Boxer Saint has walled off, doesn't really have much potential for harassment, because it takes a little too long to take down the palisade wall without Boxer Saint being able to reposition. So that's one of those things. Probably line of sight. You probably didn't see it. Oh, I'm curious. Let's see your... I think he could have done this. I maintain it. Obviously, says I, not in the middle of a, you know, heart-pounding game with no pressure on me whatsoever. The double wall. Okay, Boxer Saint really doesn't want to get harassed in the back line here. Interesting. This is, I mean, interesting play. I wonder if this will play a factor in the game at all. That is my only question. We'll see. I'll stop harping on you. It looks like Boxer Saint and Pennenbuisje are both going up pretty much at the same time, with relatively the same amount of army. 2 more villagers from Pennenbuisje, but that's not anything that is significant enough to keep in mind kind of going forward. If you start seeing 5, 10 villager leads, then it might become more significant, but both of them are going up. I also want to see, they both only have 1 TC, so fairly standard game. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, there we go. Is there anything, yes. Gonna keep in mind. So upgrade-wise, I mean, that's one thing I am seeing for Boxer Saint, especially military upgrades, scale armor, and fletching up here. While I guess there is bloodlines and there is the armor for cavalry. So maybe not that far ahead. We'll kind of see if that plays out. Padded archer armor. Ooh, so we'll see where the next plays are from with our players here. When it comes to the amount of, okay, we have 1 archery range. Just kind of seeing the military production buildings. We have barracks, and that's pretty much it right now. From Boxer Saint on the other side. We're at 1 barracks, and there's a 1 stable. No, 1 archery range. Ooh, for the skirmishers. Already trying to counter what Boxer Saint is doing. Although, given the amount of scouts Pennenbuisje has, I'm a little confused as to the need necessarily, because I guess it's to fight literally to be able to out micro this. But I mean, if you have the speed, you know, you just the upgrade's up though. So Boxer Saint now has crossbowmen, and this is where the Chinese civ is gonna get a lot more scary. So this is essentially it for this part. That's why we got skirmishers. Although the skirmishers look like they might fall from Pennenbuisje, I don't know. This is a nice position for Boxer Saint though, because you're gonna force engagement once you have this army, and we'll see how it plays out. As long as the scouts are able to get us around, it might be different. But no, ooh, look at that upgrade already coming in. That's a perfect timing for the upgrade. But unfortunately, the crossbowmen are getting surrounded by the the archery range deletion. Pennenbuisje playing on another level, apparently. Apparently we're also stacking this like with Viper. What is going on here? We'll see how this fight plays out. Pennenbuisje destroyed 2 of his own buildings to enable victory in that fight. Okay, that's some clever play. I guess Pennenbuisje decided the market and the archery range was not needed. Okay, that's what was decided here. And this is probably the worst thing you can have against a calf player is straggling units that are just gonna get picked off 1 by 1. We have husbandry also coming down, so these cav units will get scarier and scarier as the game goes on. Boxer Saint going 3 TC close together. Interesting. While we have the 2nd TC coming from the Pennenbuisje. So essentially, because the pop is quite similar, it looks like I mean, the biggest, I guess, problem for Pennenbuisje is that you can't actually put pressure with just scouts or light calves now. And with 3 TCs, Boxer Saint is hoping to get ahead economically. And you can probably this risk doesn't feel like a risk because it doesn't feel like Pennenbuisje's army is big enough to actually start really threatening. I like how these straggling units are now actually going to become part of the army. That's great. You just accidentally harassed the opponent. I love it. You're actually going to get some villagers for this? No way. Villagers versus pikemen. Who will win? We'll see. Okay, the scouts now trying to get onto the army. This is unfortunate. The army is kind of placed outside of the base, although the 2 pikemen are actually a nice deterrent. Now the scouts are going to go all the way around, trying to see if they can pick anything off. Good thing there are walls protecting the house, trying to target the house. Won't have enough time. Like this engagement has to be forced. I mean, that's the nice thing, right? Essentially, just delay long enough so we can actually have this fight. We'll see how it plays out of this. The straggling one's a tower. Tower where there's what's the word? Placing a tower where there's a rally point. Always smart. Getting a couple of free kills there. Are the double walls planning in? Or are the single wall here isn't enough? Yes, the fabled pikemen versus scouts matchup. Okay. So this is slowly being whittled down. If you notice, because Boxer Saint has the extra TC, Boxer Saint is slowly getting ahead in villagers. So even with some of these battles not going Boxer Saint's way, we're kind of getting to a point in the game where Boxer Saint will be able to have that economic lead given the 3 TCs here. University being constructed. And I'm sure that'll play into the rest of the game here. It doesn't look like either player really cares about the relics, which is fair. I don't think these are either civs that necessarily overly benefit from them. But it's one of those like free points on the map that you can always take should you have the advantage, right? Like I would say, even with this little group of army, I would say generally Pennenbuisje's had kind of map control all the way through here. Right, all the way through this area because of the scouts. If anything goes off course, it's an easy pick off. So when you have that advantage, you have to see if you can use it, and relics is an easy way to do that. But that's the tough thing. The tough thing with this army is that you can't really get past and get in there. However, picking up a blacksmith is very helpful. So that's good. It looks like Boxer Saints has actually found a way into the wood line, and this is going to be very effective. Because you can literally sit here, do little, like, half, smiley face, we'll call smiley face patrols, and continuously pick off units that come your way. The light cav is slowly getting worse and worse against this, these upgraded crossbowmen as the game continues on, so that'll be something to keep in mind. And then yeah, just free picks on the thing. Ooh, nice little scorpion switch here from Pennenbuisje, just knowing there's going to be clump units. So an effective way to kind of take care of clump units is that. I'm actually quite scared for Boxer Saint here. We'll see if this plays a role into it. Oh. Let's see how this plays out. Oh no, the AoE damage. They're all going down. They're not doing enough against the scorpions. So great counterplay from Pennenbuisje. And we're kind of evening up once again. Only difference here, Boxer Saint ahead by about 10, 12 workers, so that'll help kind of in the long run. But actually quite interesting way that this was done. 2 castles. This is the most... like, at this point I feel like Boxer Saint is going to be going for an Imperial Age strat, because this feels overly defensive. 3 TCs in your base. 2 castles in your base, right? It doesn't feel like Boxer Saint is really trying to wrestle control or put any, like, forward castle, right? Perhaps try to get some of the map back. It looks like Boxer Saint's saying, essentially, I will get to the Imperial Age and then I will do something. So we'll see how this plays out. We'll see how this plays out. You see the 3 TCs up are up now as well for Pennenbuisje, so that'll even out the economic part of it. However, we can probably mention that both these players, there's so much of the east and west side of the map that has just not been taken, so something to keep in mind. Ooh, it looks like these this light cav, I guess, grouping is just out scouting. It's not a bad idea, especially if you know there's probably some crossbowmen somewhere around, but they miss each other. So the scouting continues. Yes. Castle is going to be a good deterrent for scouts, for sure. A 4th TC is going down from Pennenbuisje. So there you go. Both players deciding it is now economy time. We will build villagers, and we will collect resources, and then we will both get to 200 and attack each other. That's kind of what I'm feeling right now. It doesn't look like any of the players are necessarily feeling any pressure to build an army. They're both quite secure in where they're at currently in the game. This is... I've never seen anyone play Age of Empires like it's a chess game, but Boxer Saint has definitely mastered the art as he is taking over. For Boxer Saint, territory control is literal, okay? It's not where are my units on the map, it's where can I put my walls on the map. This really does feel like I'm just gonna take chunks out of the map and call it, this is my area now, and slowly push forward with it, which I mean, I find quite amusing. By the way, the fact that Blacksmith's going back up now, I think it's been gone for a little bit. I mean, that was one of the big upgrades that Boxer Saint was ahead on, but both players now going into the 4th age. Is Box just ain't gonna do a calf switch here? That would be quite interesting given all the husbandry and scale blading armor and bloodlines. This feels like Box just ain't might have a crazy, you know, cavalry switch at some point in here. Double blacksmith. I mean, I respect it. I respect everything that's going on here. This doesn't even feel like an AoE game. This feels like Box just ain't playing his own game. It's like, I will do what I want and you will not interrupt me. So there you go. By the same token, Pennenbuisje has been kind of also been granted free reign to do what he would like. So yeah, both players building up, and I'm sure we'll see what these fire armies look like here. Castle. All right. Oh yes, the fabled, the scorpions. I see heavy camel rider. So Brock was saying going for the heavy camel rider as, I guess, a way to challenge the light cav of Pennenbuisje. Although it doesn't feel like Pennenbuisje has really been spending too much. I'm curious what the army will look like later on. They have the Gulams though, so we'll see how the Gulams play out here. Another castle in the territory. Another piece of the map, literally being like, this is mine now. Oh yes, the Hussars. Yes, yes. Hussar. Here they come. I mean, this is the thing. As we age up, these palisade walls will fall. Not only that, I think there might be an opening in here. I'm not quite sure. Can you sneak in? No, not quite. However, it shouldn't take too long to take down these now. So we'll see how Box responds with more walls. Those are actually stone walls. The worst. So this is where all the action is currently happening. I mean, this many Hussars, the law of mass units might be enough. The heavy camel riders, though, is going to be the bigger thing to worry about for Pennenbuisje. A forward castle, I'm quite, that's one of the things that's quite interesting, is neither player really had like one of those defensive castles, or even mid of the map castles. They just decided castles that are going to protect their stuff, so quite defensive kind of in their positioning, their idea of what they want to do here.
Oh.
Ram. Yes, the armies are amassing. I will say one of the things that Box could have done a lot earlier is actually use this force of crossbowmen, especially when you see that the scouts are on the other side of the map. But I mean, 8 p.m. and you know, I don't think these games are going to be decided if you get 5 villagers or not in random spots, or they'll maybe. Oh yes, here we go. The Chuckanews. The most fabled unit. Is this the trap? Here we go. Is the fighting gonna start? Oh, they're running away from Pennenbuisje. Doesn't really want to take this fight. The camels, I mean, being a great deterrent and a lot faster to help out instead of spearmen. Oh yes, can they join these two armies together? Boxer's saying way ahead now on the upgrades, especially the archery upgrades, given that double blacksmith play. You know, for a point, I thought Pennenbuisje, especially early on in this game, was having a lot of good chances. Oh no! What's going on? Ah. But but it seems like as this game has gone on, Boxer's saying it's kind of slow and steadier pace. Too much respect for each other. I wouldn't even say it's that. I think it's comfort. I think a lot of players, especially players who've played for longer, they like kind of going through the emotions of playing a very like macro style game, building up the economy. Instead of those games where you put on a lot of pressure early and you lose early, right? So especially the first game in one of these showdowns. Play more like this. But yeah, here we go. Here's big engagement. Let's see how it plays out. And as long as the camels protect these archers, it should be a pretty easy win for Boxer. And it is. So there you go. The castle set up here, and I wonder if either of the castles are going to start producing. Yeah, trebs. Pennenbuisje already making some trebs, Boxer making some trebs. So Quite standard. 4 castles from Boxusing. We have 4 TCs from Pennenbuisje. Although, at the point where they are now, with the amount of villagers that both the players have, TCs are more gathering points for resources than anything else at this point. I suppose maybe if a lot of your villagers die, you could see a purpose for it. Oh yes, the tiger. I'm cheering for the tiger. The villagers by Imperial Age are too strong. Okay. They have all the technology. Oh yes, trap fight starting here. So now this is really going to be it. They're going to protect the traps against each other. Let's see how all the one-on-one engagements really feel like they're going Boxusing's way. Gulam though will be way more effective. So in the last engagement we didn't really see as many Gulams, but this time there are, and it's actually proving very effective for Pennenbuisje kind of swinging around. I just in character for this? No, I left my medieval cosplay somewhere else. So there you go. But yes, Castle Wars, here we go. Going back and forth. Oh, there's some traps down here. Okay, well this looks like it's gone to Pennenbuisje. So Pennenbuisje has destroyed the castle, however, the army right now that's gathered here does favor Boxusing, so we'll see how that plays out. Over at the left side, outpost, interesting. Just to, I guess, keep an eye on what's going on in that point. If they can get this castle, if the Boxers can get this castle down, though, that will be an effective way of still kind of being able to push in. We'll see if these units defend here nicely. How low is that castle? The castle still needs a bunch of hits. But trebuchets are so inaccurate that you might be fine. I think this trap needs to go down for this castle to go down. I think this castle goes down first for Pennenbuisje. Both players now using camels, so it's playing nice back and forth. Yeah, Boxusing lost the castle, but still has this area of the map, so there you go. The chess player has is losing the battles but winning the war. I guess is the way to put it. I had like 30 supply as well, so some reinforcements are quite effective. And probably the amount of production buildings I imagine back at home is quite a lot as well. I mean, chicken news come from castle, so you have 3 castle news and and this will be a nice, I guess, completely destroy everything in their sight. They're just looking for, I guess, units. Let's see how fast this goes now. From arrows. You ever seen a house just like fall from arrows? Well, now you did. You might. Yeah, we'll see how this engagement goes. It looks like this might be favoring Pennenbuisje, especially if the chickadees are not shooting. They're just trying to run away. And they're still running. Okay, they did not fire once. So, hoping to, I guess, fight another day. As a plan from Boxusing. However, a lot of the army has disappeared. I don't know if Boxusing would have won that fight anyway, but perhaps when you are fighting with half your army, you should be fighting with the other half. I hope for the best at this point. Trying to get a castle up here. Unfortunately, traps are up right away, and it looks like Pennenbuisje is going into the base and taking it down. This castle's not going to be long for this world. This is getting scary and scary. Boxusing already under 100 supply. So it is a tough road ahead. The slow, and I'm going to take over every map. Kind of pull the cord. Golems trying archers? Yeah, I saw that as well, because the first fight where there wasn't that many Golem went away. And then as soon as there's enough Golem, it was like, well, tough. No, I understand. It was a smart pullback. I'm just saying. I guess the point was is half your army was fighting, trying to let them get away, but it worked out. My argument wasn't it was the bad decision. My argument was that at that point you really didn't have any decision because they were get hunted down anyway, right? So if your units are gonna get hunted down, they might as well stand violently. Maybe there's a chance you can kind of push it the other way. I suppose at that point it didn't matter though if the army composition was so heavily favored to Ben. Pennenbuisje. So the next match that we have kind of coming up here. So this will be match number 2. Now, yeah, we're gonna watch it. It's gonna be. This is yours, right? So this is the arena map, if I'm not mistaken, Boxer Saint. This is your home. Yeah, arena. Okay, so here we go. Game number 2 is gonna be played on arena. So it is currently 1-0 for Pennenbuisje, defending the Feudal Lord title. Now, you didn't know this because I didn't tell you before you had this show match. But Boxer Saint, this is actually for the King of the Castle title. Okay, so if wow, Pennenbuisje is laughing at me. If here, let me get into game. Let me get into game here. All right, so if Pennenbuisje wins this, I will change the Feudal Lord title to the King of the Castle title. I will strip Lucas of the title. Played for a late whole game, but this matchup was a mistake for Boxer. You mean the last one? Well, that was the question. Both the players in the last game, particularly on Arabia. Yeah. Please don't ruin. Don't spoil the game coming up. Both the players here. Actually, let me get the. This is how the scouting is going here. Both the players in the last game, it felt like were very happy to just stand back. I mean, I imagine if like castle control, if like at some point Boxer Saint maybe had 2 castles in front of your base, like that was a way to actually push and try to do something from that position, than just fighting around the castles. But once the Treb, once Boxer Saint had a Treb disadvantage, it was just a tough one. So in this particular match, we have Boxer Saint playing the Lithuanians and Pennenbuisje playing the Galleys. I guess the strategy, since it is this particular map, since the arena is to, as Lithuanians, since all the relics are relatively closer, is to get over map control and get those relics and get that advantage, both gold and for your cavalry. So we'll see how that plays out. Why are the Bottom's stats blurred? Subscribe to Capture Age Definitive Edition Pro to use this feature. So there you go. Since I don't have a Capture Age subscription, that's why they're blurred. Nice. Lucas has come out of retirement? No, Lucas has not come out of retirement. Lucas is getting stripped of the title of King of the Castle. Okay. Should like KD. There it is. You want this? I can give you this. There you go, Eleanor. I can give you this. There you go. Yes. Eco KD. I mean, I guess this is relevant information. I suppose like a lot of the general state of the game stuff is on the top, right? This is for the stats nerds, okay? They want all the numbers exactly on time. Okay, I'm actually curious what Boxer Saint's scouting here. Already sees 1 relic. We'll see how quickly it takes for Boxer Saint to get all the relics here. We'll follow the hopefully this doesn't hurt your head. Okay, this like follow character feature where you hold the space bar is great. However, it's a little bit too much what's the word? Pixelating as it goes through. It can give you a headache a little bit. Maybe I'll just do the good old mouse wheel scroll. So 1 relic. Let's see if there's 2. I'm curious how quickly Boxer Saint will get to Castle Age to make use of those relics. Let's see if it goes up that way. But overall, both players 16 villagers, 1 scout. It doesn't look like they're missing any of their key timings here. Ooh, there's a 2nd relic. There you go. And yeah, we'll see which one of them. Oh, just looking. Interesting. Hold on, I've been missing the chat here that's been going on. I see the. By the way, this is game number 2 in the best of 3. Lucas losing his title is worth a sub for me. I appreciate that. However, better than a sub. Okay, I would. And probably, I mean, unless you have Prime, right? I guess if it's Prime, it doesn't really matter. But if it's a non-Prime sub, go into the Patreon and for less money, getting the Age of Empires pre-shows and the Rob and Kyle show might be more worth your bang for your buck. But yeah, that's my suggestion. Unless it's a prime sub. If it's a prime sub, then yeah, feel free. But if it's your own money sub, I think for less money and more value, you can get all the pre-shows where we talk about random other stuff that sometimes is related, but usually not. But you can kind of hear what our different, I guess, cast and crew, how they talk about other stuff. So there you go. Too late. Thank you so much, Ben, for the thank you for the Twitch sub, Ben. I appreciate it regardless. Thank you so much. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. So you kind of see now both the areas being scattered a little more. Yeah, the main middle area all pretty much scattered already. Both the players going into age number 2. Boxer Saint is going to get there a little bit quicker, but with a little few villagers. I wonder if that's actually been a constant. Did both players have like a timing for aging up that's slightly different? Because even with this, they end up pretty much being at the same place 5-10 minutes later, as long as no major battles are won. So I wonder if that's a thing happening. The tutorial on how to age up the fastest, do they have a different one? That's the question. Or is it sim dependent? I guess that's always a possibility. And you can see here, speaking of which, Boxer Saint going for the fast castle. Okay, yeah, Boxer Saint's gonna get all the relics as quickly as possible. And here it is. Wait, does someone's spectating? That's funny. I feel like Pennenbuisje was trying to cheat. You know, I had a 200 handicap. I see that he's getting spectators. Ooh, every trick in the book being used. No, I'm kidding. But I mean, it's already made for some fun games. You can kind of see the pop difference, but Boxer Saint's gonna hope to make that up worth his weight in gold, as the expression says, literally. Expect to play in it to win it. Careful, Boxer Saint, because I mean, you don't want to also like police people when you're having a 4-1. I mean, the greatest stakes of all time, which is the Discord the King of the Castle title on the line here. Yeah, so with the players just building out here, fast castle with Boxer Saint is going to be kind of the most interesting thing to see if we have the church dropping real quick, getting all the relics. We'll see if that's the way to do it. Oh, the 2 forward monasteries. Okay, interesting. Is this we're not messing around. Boxer Saint's like, I'm gonna cheese my way to get these relics as fast as possible. Ben, that's faster than I expected. Okay. Wow, Boxer Saint. Wow, with a that's what she said joke. Things I didn't expect to see. There you go. Okay, we'll see how fast these monasteries get going. The monks are coming out. I mean, it's not like Pennenbuisje really has an army to defend against this strat, but the whole of Boxer Saint's everything is gonna be right here. I like how Boxer Saint has a prepared strat specifically for this map. It's a great touch here. But yeah, here the monks are gonna start collecting all the relics as fast as possible, I imagine. Oh, Sanctity is also being researched. Ooh, it's quick. It's quite a quick Sanctity. And there we go. The one relic already down. The second one going. Not messing about. Is there gonna be one more monk, or is that it for monk production? Darn it! Has Pennenbuisje realized that this is a battering ram rush? I guess with the siege workshop, right? Especially if you have a lot of wood and gold, this will be a good rush. But yeah, this is probably as aggressive as you could possibly get on this map. And we'll see what Pennenbuisje does. Pennenbuisje has 2 monks, but they're not really going to be doing much at this point. Nor do I really see a larger army from Pennenbuisje, so we'll see if there are any... I mean, this will take a little bit of time for this wall to come down. The 3 monasteries in response. I don't know if that's quite the right, I guess, counter to this. I suppose, I mean, I guess it is a counter, but we'll see how it plays out. Just converting a lot of units is going to be happening. Atonement, wow. Boxer Saint's not, ooh, versus Redemption, there you go. The technology tree for monks is a big one in this particular game.
Hi.
But yeah, all the relics have been collected. So 2 relics here, 2 relics here. The Cav are gonna have a where is it? A bonus. How does that change currently? I don't know, but definitely a gold advantage and an attack bonus. Oh, sorry, it's knights. So I guess these scouts won't have it. Boxer saying, tell me what it is. What's the current tech, like the Lithuanian when it comes to relics? Because I know they adjusted it. Kind of curious. I took a scout. Yeah, you stole a scout, and now there's nothing you can do. Now we're just gonna have monks converting out the monks and monks. It doesn't look like Pennenbuisje has a standing army though, so I think this will be a tough one, and also the gold income. Yes, more monks for wow. And that, my friends, is what happens. Oh yeah, +4 knight damage. Yeah. Okay, I was right. Yeah, absolutely wrecked. Pennenbuisje got absolutely wrecked. There's this. I mean, that's what happens when you have a home map. When you have a map that decides that you've practiced, that you have a strategy for, that decides that you implement, and there is no response. Pennenbuisje is not ready for it. There it goes. To be fair, as soon as you see Lithuanians, that is something I would suspect. That's a dirty strat. Yes. Those 2 monk conversions, yeah, they were crazy. They absolutely made this one a quick one. And that's going to put us to game number 3, the deciding game in this best of 3 for the King of the Castle title, which we are officially getting rid of from Lucas. This will be on Nomad. This is Pennenbuisje's pick. It'll be Boxer Saint going in with the Byzantians and Pennenbuisje with the Portuguese. Nomad, I mean, Nomad's always a fun kind of twist. We had the first game was like the standard game. If you know like what a normal Age of Empires game, lots of town centers, lots of castles. We go into late game, we go to 200. Woo, okay. The second game we had, oh, this person has a cheese strat. Okay, we'll see if Pennenbuisje can do anything about it. And then now we're going to the last game on Nomad, where throw everything you know out. There'll probably be cheesy strats from both sides, and we shall see. So I'm just loading on up, and then I will switch on over. And here we go. So yes, we'll see where they plant. Remember, Nomad, you can plant TC wherever you like. Usually you want to plant it where you have the most villagers close, so both of them can start building it. Like I would probably have this villager already building here from Pennenbuisje, yeah, and then where the 2 from Boxer Saint are. I do like the color switch. It definitely adds a flavor to this particular game. It's no longer red versus blue. Although I can't say I've been keeping track of what the colors are, so if I'm wrong about that, so be it. And then you have the sheep scouting here, and the 2 villagers. Oh, ooh, the docks already. This is smart strat from Pennenbuisje. It doesn't look like Boxer Saint is making. Oh yeah, maybe also going for the dock. Both the players versed in Nomad, I guess. Oh, you have color preferences depending on the civ. I appreciate that. So Byzantium's kind of this pinkish purple. I like it. Now, this is where Pennenbuisje might have a giant advantage, considering that he already has a dock down with that TC. It doesn't look like Boxer Saint's constructing one. Just mostly scouting with this villager, which is probably going to put him behind a little bit. We'll see how that plays out. And this is tough. I mean, if it's your home map, you already have the strategy worked out. No, there is a dock going down. Okay. I'm also curious about visibility here. What both players see. So there you go. Can find any fish? you want to find fish so you can start fishing right away with your villager. That makes sense. If you want to play on Nomad, apparently this is a strat that you should probably know. If you've been playing the ladder enough and you have Nomad on, you should probably know that with whatever civ you're doing, get the odd man out villager to get a dock and start fishing. But this actually puts Pennenbuisje in quite a bit of an advantage when it comes to food collection. It doesn't look like it's actually playing out when it comes to fishing ships and villagers yet. So I'm curious if that delayed kind of acquiring of food will play out, or if it'll still be relatively the same. You see Pennenbuisje already 4. Ooh, getting the boar. Just deciding to switch, going for the boar. Okay, look at Pennenbuisje with the sneaky see. I mean, we have a boar right here for Boxer, so Boxer can also do that. But yeah, it's playing out slowly here. I wonder, like, once you kind of know where the enemy is, if we'll have any towers, because that's a big thing with Nomad. Just like putting up towers near your enemy base is a go-to. So we'll see it play though that way. But yes, Boxer saying doing the same thing Pennenbuisje did. There you go. Both the players are quite evenly matched. It looks like now though Boxer saying is behind 2 villagers. And I think that has a lot to do with how early Pennenbuisje got the docks going. So it looks like that will play out to Pennenbuisje's advantage, but you know, that's what happens with Nomad. Sometimes there's some things that are out of your control, like for instance, if you have fish really near where your 3rd unit is. Not the end of the world though. Still so much of this game left to be played. And both players building them up now. I wonder if any of the players will bother like really fighting for. I mean, I suppose if you have a lot of fishing ships, you might fight for the water on the outside. But sometimes you'll kind of see a player after a while if once you've kind of used up all the fishing fishing spots near your area, if the other player is deciding to actually invest in like getting military fishing ships, you might just give up on it. So we'll see how the players play this out, or they might just have like a gentleman's agreement where they both fish and don't ever put military on there. 1 villager and Loom. Oh, it could have been Loom. It could have been Loom. You're right. A safe play. I mean, I imagine both the players would go for them.
Salve.
Ooh, that I would be scared that if that 1 villager that went to the town center got that hit. There goes your boar. Look at this! Look at this house from Pennenbuisje. And wow, there you go. Although this sheep might now go Boxer Saint's way. It's gonna get changed up. Yeah, we'll see if there's any pressure to put on. I mean, tower.
Esto pronto.
Ooh, stealing. I mean, not really stealing. So that's a long way to go for a boar. I guess it's not that long. How close is this boar to be done? There's 30 food. Oh, look at that timing. Is this boar gonna be done just in time for the other ones to join in?
Hola.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Nice little macro. Showing you know the basics. I like it. I do say I like it. I think whoever wins this. Actually, okay. So if Pennenbuisje wins this, I'm gonna grant Pennenbuisje the King of the Castle title. And then the feudal lord title will be vacant, and then perhaps Boxer Saint can challenge someone else for the vacant feudal lord title. Or if Boxer Saint wins this, then Boxer Saint will be a gracious king and leave the feudal lord title to Pennenbuisje. And so we will have 3 challengers once again. Once again. What I really like about Pennenbuisje play more in general is there's not a lot of like mistakes that some of the other plays. Like the consistency is quite nice to see. That's probably a big difference, especially in a lot of these ranks. It's like how consistent are you not making mistakes? Are you doing all the basics right? That can be a big difference here. Currently Pennenbuisje is ahead 1 villager and ahead 2 fishing ships, so Man, it's a little bit advantage, but once again, all these things might work out another way. You also see 2 docks from Pennenbuisje, so a little more aggressive on the fishing side of things. Wall's already coming up from Boxer St. Playing safe once again, which won't necessarily be a bad thing. And we're gonna see if these players slowly start building up their armies. Nice gold, actually. It's a lot of gold near Boxer St. So that's the one advantage I see Boxer St kind of having. So that's a really nice place right beside the TZ. It's not like one of those small gold patches either. It's gonna last you a little bit. That's good. Yeah, you can see Pennenbuisje now going for the gold. The second age getting hit first by Boxer St though. And you can see here in the production tab, fire galleys are coming up from Boxer St. And since Boxer St is the first one that's going to engage in the naval battles, probably going to be a good advantage here to seize both the fire galleys. Okay, there you go. I mean, this is one way to completely crush Pennenbuisje's economy, so we'll see how it plays out. Here they go. Fire galleys from the Byzantines. And we'll see them slowly make their way across. Ooh, you see the market, everything kind of coming up here from Pennenbuisje. But yes, these. I wonder if Boxers is gonna get right on the dock or just gonna start taking out. Yeah, I guess start taking out the fishing ships, and I mean that's already gonna put a lot of economic damage on to Pennenbuisje. You can see the 2 fire galleys, but I mean that's the thing. It's like if Pennenbuisje can just surround one of the docks, you know, just surround one of the docks, especially once you get to four fire galleys. Sorry, if Boxer St can surround one of the docks to get to 4 fire galleys, it'll put him in a really nice advantage. Yes, this will be quite disruptive. However, if you don't have your fire galleys together, it'll be a little bit annoying. But this is already what's gonna happen. Okay, just going for the docks. Interesting. I mean, I guess that's one way to just completely have an advantage on the field here. Okay, we have fire galleys already fighting here. And I mean, this is already just such an advantage. I think Boxer St is going to win this this naval battle here. It's going to be a nice feather. Okay, now all the fishing ships going down. There you go. And Boxer St, who was a little bit behind economically, I don't mean a little bit, I mean like a very small amount, is definitely starting to take that lead. 10 units ahead. Yeah. Going for the heels with the villager. Look at that. I think at this point, Boxer St probably doesn't have to make any more fire galleys. It's time to just destroy the docks, destroy the fishing ships, and focus on the mainland. Now, speaking of the mainland, Pennenbuisje is putting a forward castle. This is the one nice advantage. Like now, probably at this point, you know, give up on the docks. It's time to start pushing ahead. I mean, this is now a very precarious position for this market. I mean, it can easily be taken out after these docks are taken out, so that might be something that can be done. But does Boxer St have anything, you know, any units on the land? That's going to be another question to be answered here. Pennenbuisje is also in the 3rd age. They both have still 1 TC, but this is pressure. This is actual pressure on the map, and we'll see how it plays out. So economically, Boxer St is getting far ahead, but it doesn't really look like there's anything kind of here. And of course, the organ gun, which is actually Gonna be quite annoying to deal with. I don't know what kind of units here Boxer has to defend against this, but yes, the Orca guns are gonna slowly try to destroy walls. That's a nice Portuguese special unit from the castle. So a nice little touch. Hopefully, I mean, it'd be nice to probably send these on the other side, but the focus right now is just defend this. I think Boxer knows that if he can defend this, it's probably an easy take. Stone wall around a tower. I like it. I like it. It should definitely push Pennenbuisje back a bit. Okay, it looks like those fire galleys are going to go around, but I mean, this is the big threat right now. Pennenbuisje losing that battle, but we'll see if Pennenbuisje loses the war here. And this is very frustrating, but it's also taking a lot of time, right? I suppose like some kind of siege workshop units is what you needed to fight against this. This is such an effective way to just slow them down. And I'm sure what I'm scared of is the we're even getting like to a certain pass where it's like, oh, I guess I can't do anything against them. There's too many of them. It's really one unit. Pennenbuisje has 8 of 1 unit. But, you know, guns are strong, I guess. And the blacksmith and the market going down, very unfortunate. But I mean, this is what happens when you have a fort castle. Boxer can't fight after this. And you see slowly Pennenbuisje wrestling back control of this game. Even though, once again, economically, the fishing boats, Boxer is ahead. But this is a threat that you can't go forever. Looks like the fire ships are finally going to get. So this should be a free kill as well on the blacksmith market. So that'll be a nice little touch. I mean, this is one thing. If you put something near the water as you later on in the game, it might turn out to be something that you can't do anything about. But a second castle going down, and this is really where I'd be scared if I am Boxer. It doesn't look like there are many military units at all here. You're gonna get some free kills on the market, but there's a castle in your base. So, wow, this looks like a more and more daunting threat. What looked like it wasn't gonna be as much of a threat is a really giant threat right now. Trying to kill off the villagers is actually quite smart for me. You don't want to let this castle. If this castle gets up, then this TC is forfeit as your main TC, and you're a tough thing. But I mean, there's so many military units at this point. I don't know if Boxer can do anything. And he won the you know, the sea battle as well. Oh, is he just gonna go for it? Right click? Oh no, going for the villagers to prevent. Wow. And then are they just gonna target? You can just target it on TC, I guess, right? Okay, it looks like slowly these units are being wheeled away, but at what cost? Boxer losing a lot of villagers. However, it looks like this TC is actually quite effective. As long as you can maintain that no villagers, get this castle up, which is so almost... If this castle gets up, it's probably over. Okay. It looks like Boxer is actually able to defend, so that's really good. However, this castle can 100% get up. Like, any villagers sent, there it is. This castle will get up. Even though Boxer is way ahead of villagers, as soon as this castle's up, it's a really scary position. So we'll see how this plays out. Okay, so that's nice. Hopefully all those villagers can get inside. They need to destroy... okay, well it looks like this castle... Here we go. Alright. And now a threat is still a threat. I mean, castles and organ guns, I guess that's the new meta on Nomad. But yeah, you can see how much faster the castle is taking out this tower. And it looks like Pennenbuisje has a lot of stone. Both players have a lot of stone, so it's not actually too bad. I mean, Boxer's saying... It almost feels to me if Boxer just took all of his villagers and just put a castle here, probably end up being an even fight. I mean, Boxer has enough to build a castle, so that's something to keep in mind. Okay, now we're just throwing arrows at bricks and apparently taking them down. So there you go. The organ sons are a threat. The second TC. I mean, I'm just still worried for Boxer Saint because Boxer Saint is ahead. I can objectively say Boxer Saint is ahead. However, I'm just very worried about. Okay. Also, why are these not killing the blacksmith? Sorry, small things. But it doesn't look like there's any army or anything to kill this castle. Right? Battering rams, or another castle. I think Boxer Saint should really have put it down in defensive castle at this point as well. Could probably rush it, put it up here, put it down here. Because this is all Pennenbuisje has. It's just a castle and 9 organ guns. But here they come. They're coming around. I mean, they get into the back. It's gonna be quite threatening. See, yeah, I feel Boxer Saint's still doing quite well with his villagers continuing villager production, but at some point there has to be a response to this. And this blacksmith really went down, but I digress. Ooh, are they gonna build a castle? Where are they going? Oh, managed to hold off the organ guns. That's really good. I mean, the one nice thing is like this TC, you can just keep repairing it, keep it alive. I mean, make sure you keep it alive, keep it alive. Keep the TC alive. No! Just put a forward castle! There's nothing in their base! Run in! No! Why are we building houses? I mean, no, it's good that you're building houses, but why are we building forward houses? Boxer Saint's playing like he's losing! Ah! But he's ahead! Almost 20 units. Once again, this isn't bad. Like, economically it puts you ahead, but like... Oh, I guess that's what the plan is, right? The plan is to eventually get... But you need military units at some point. And that's the one thing that I am wary of. I mean, more fishing ships, that's nice too. I mean, I guess giving up the CC is not the end of the world. Okay, we're finally getting castle now. Okay. Castles and trebs. Well, not even trebs, just anything. Deal with the organ guns. Take down their castles. I mean, if you're ahead, you're still ahead 1 TC, even if this TC dies. So maybe this isn't the worst, because it also Pennenbuisje can't no longer make another castle. And so at this point, right, you're not gonna be repairing this castle. You're not gonna be able to push past this. So this is actually gonna work out in Boxer Saint's favor if he plays his cards right. Hey! Captain. Oh. Ooh, the forward organ. Here they come, the organ guns, which you're gonna get. Lots of picks on these TCs. Look at these squiggly lines where everything can hit. This castle getting up here, that'll be big. I've never seen someone down so much pop and still be controlling, like, aggressively controlling what's happening on the game. But as soon as this push is done, I mean, Boxer Saint should be fine. We'll see. I'm curious how this plays. I still don't know how this is gonna play out. I know how it should play out, but I don't know how it will play out. Man, this blacksmith should not be up. Pennenbuisje also getting to Imperial Age. Ooh, scary. Okay, are we building like trebs or something? Can we take these castles down? There should be no defense. I mean, part of me just feels like Boxer Saint doesn't know how little Pennenbuisje is producing. But I digress. I'll stop my unwarranted blame of Boxer Saint here. It is still a threat, right? It's still a military grouping that's quite annoying. Trebs. I suppose. I was gonna say, I suppose. Did I switch your color? What do you got? I'm gonna have to go back. Oh no, I missed it. Okay, here. We're gonna go back to my color. There it is. suppose that TC didn't matter because you're still ahead on everything. Even on upgrades. Is Boxer Sage just gonna straight up move? I mean, you can. There's literally nothing preventing you from moving. These traps are gonna get annoying though, because your castle's gonna get like. I would like to see a castle. I mean, I guess wood right now is probably the biggest resource that Boxer Sage is missing. At 31 on wood. Kind of moving on about. Oh yes, here we go. Okay. Boxer Saint producing some catapract and knights. Catapract. I don't know how to say that. Yes, we have the longest journey, but this will actually work out quite well in Boxer Saint's favor. Building some more houses, just leaving that. I mean, I actually do appreciate how quickly Boxer Saint left this, and if Boxer Saint can get enough knights and catapracts up, this should be an easy kind of sweep and destroy here. Unfortunately, the amount of trebs does scare me. Like, this castle's gonna go down pretty quickly. But yeah, the whole of Boxer Saint's base is undefended. So, sorry, of Pennenbuisje's base is undefended. So we'll see how that plays out. Oh, here they go. Nomad is so wild to me. Like, look at everything that's happened in this game. Look at this map setup. Alright, slowly Boxer Saint is amassing an army. Slowly. Oh my goodness, these armies are scary. But like, this is a fight. If you get enough of our army. I wonder how they fare actually against different types of I see some harassment coming down, but I'm curious if just grouping up an army from Boxer Saint getting one fight. Once again, hindsight and the fact that I can see everything also makes it pretty important. Wow. There's only 2 units that Pennenbuisje produced this game. Organ guns and traps. What more do you need? Okay. I mean, they're playing like Ring Around the Rosie here. So that's I guess a fun little minigame. Before TC. Ooh, the monks to convert the knights? That's smart from Pennenbuisje. And the chaos clarity is found. Okay, interesting. This is played out. And still, through all this, Boxer Saint ahead 35 pop. I mean, 7-2 is villagers, which is either a really good thing or really, I mean, a really good thing or a really bad thing. Okay, okay. Taking some organ guns. I mean, if you mass enough of an army, I think Boxer Saint can win this fight. Where are the knights being produced? Got some stables here. We got a stable. I mean, the monk's actually quite scary just because, like, being able to convert. But just take out the army, I guess. We're gonna see a battle somewhere. Or not. We'll see more harassment. This is a scare. How much is it? 24? Yeah, that's a big army of oh my goodness. Everything's falling. Oh no, the town center shall be victorious. Actually, if these knights came in while the town center's helping, a possibility. This is actually, it's working out. Town center overpowered, okay. And the harassment, okay, I slowly see this giant army. Oh, can they not hit back now?
Oh, super.
They're out of range now? That's terrible. Okay, as long as this CC doesn't go down, as long as we repair it and not just defeat it. Oh, it worked out! What? What? I'm gonna be honest. I thought Boxer Saint was gonna choke. I just had this feeling. Oh my goodness. Wow, what a game 3. That was great. Even with all that lead, I'm like, Pennenbuisje is broken through the front, has the 2 castle up. I haven't seen a trebuchet for days from Boxer Saint, all right? The harassment isn't really working like all too well. I mean, I guess it's kind of working, but the monks were a great play from Pennenbuisje. Yeah, no Imperial Age was a thing. But played it out slowly and managed to win it. So there you go. So we will have going forward, Pennenbuisje, you will keep your feudal lord title, but we shall name Boxer Saint the king of the castle, and so that will be something that you can rematch him for at the later date. I know we have VT stuff. If there's any like lower kind of 900 elo rank players, maybe I should play VT stuff for the Dark Lord again. That might be a good matchup. We'll have to look into it. But yes, let me go into the Discord. Let's start by first ceremoniously. What's regicide? We're gonna commit regicide here. Lucas, the role of King of the Castle is no longer Lucas's. Okay, because you don't show up to your kingdom shows up against you or something. And Boxer Saint shall now henceforth be the king of the castle. There you go. Oh, should I? Oh, wait. Should I like leave that away? Should I? Okay, hold on. Listen, Boxer Saint. I put it up there, but I put it away now. Because of the fact that there might be some people who watch this replay. So I think we should wait like at least a week. All right. So when I put it on my YouTube, people can watch that, and then I'll put you up. Okay, sound good? Well, I'll make it a Christmas present. All right, Boxer Saint. On Christmas, I will put it up. As you are. Well, we've dethroned Lucas, so that's not changing, but we will put it up on Christmas Day. There you go, Christmas Day. If I forget, remind me. All right, everyone, have a good one. Thank you so much for watching. This will be thrown up on the YouTube later, and yeah, Christmas special coming out. A couple of our people from our community involved. We have a plot going through it. All right, got something to do with spaceships, and there's some medieval battles. There's a lot going on, so look out for that Christmas special. We'll see y'all next time. Peace. GG's. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching as well. Thank you for stopping by.